the flame-tusked boar. In the rolling hills of Sulthra, where the grass shimmered like gold under the noonday sun, a creature roamed whose name was spoken with awe and fear. This was Embermane, the flame-tusked boar, a beast as fierce as the sun and as unrelenting as fire. His tusks glowed with an inner heat, and his bristling coat shimmered like embers. He was said to embody the fiery spirit of the land, protecting it from any who sought to harm it. But Embermane was not merely a guardian. He was a creature of challenge, a test for those brave or foolish enough to cross his path. One spring morning, as the sun climbed high into the sky, a young hunter named Kale set out on a journey to prove himself. He had always been restless, a child of action and ambition, never content to follow the quiet paths of his ancestors. Tales of Embermane had filled him with equal parts wonder and determination. To face the flame-tusked boar was the ultimate test of courage, and Kale was determined to claim that honor. Kale's journey led him deep into the heart of the Sunwood, a forest where golden light filtered through the trees and the air shimmered with heat. As he ventured further, the heat grew oppressive, and the shadows danced like flames. Finally, he came to a clearing where the grass had been scorched black, and at its center stood Embermane. The boar was larger than Kale had imagined, his tusks crackling with fiery energy. His eyes burned with an intense golden light that seemed to pierce straight through the young hunter. "You have come to challenge me," Embermane said, his voice like the rumble of a distant wildfire. "Do you understand what it means to face the flame?" Kale gripped his spear tightly, his heart pounding. "Do. I am not afraid." The boar snorted, a plume of smoke rising from his nostrils. "Courage is not enough, boy. To face me, you must burn as brightly as the sun, or you will be consumed." With that, Embermane charged. The ground shook beneath his hooves, and the air around him ignited in a fiery whirlwind. Kale leapt aside, his movements quick and precise, but the heat singed his skin. He struck with his spear, but Embermane's hide was as tough as iron, and the weapon glanced off harmlessly. "You cannot defeat me with mere strength," Embermane growled. "The fire within you must rise." Kale gritted his teeth, his mind racing. He had always relied on his physical skill, his speed, and his strength. But now, in the face of this unstoppable force, he realized he needed more. He closed his eyes, feeling the heat of the clearing, the rhythm of his heartbeat, the pulse of his own determination. When Embermane charged again, Kale did not dodge. Instead, he stood his ground, his eyes blazing with the same fire that surrounded the boar. At the last moment, he threw aside his spear and met the beast's charge head-on. His hands glowed with a fiery light, and when he touched Embermane's tusks, the flames surged around them both. For a moment, the clearing was consumed by a blinding light. When it faded, Kale stood unharmed, his hands still glowing faintly with ember-like energy. Embermane stepped back, his fiery gaze softened. "You have faced the flame," the boar said, "and you have shown me your spirit burns as fiercely as the sun. Take this fire with you, and let it guide you as you forge your path." Embermane vanished into the golden light, leaving Kale alone in the clearing. But he was not the same. The fire within him burned brighter now, not as a destructive force, but as a source of strength and clarity. Kale returned to his village, not as a hunter, but as a leader, his newfound fire inspiring others to face their challenges with courage and passion. Themes of the sun in Aries in the story. Courage and action. Kale's decision to face Embermane reflects Aries's boldness and the sun's confident, assertive energy. Individual strength. The story emphasizes Kale's need to draw on his inner fire, symbolizing Aries's independent spirit and the sun's focus on self-realization. Leadership through inspiration. Kale's transformation into a leader highlights the sun in Aries's drive to motivate and lead by example. Fiery passion. Embermane and the flame symbolize Aries's intense energy and the sun's life-giving, radiant force. Overcoming challenges. The trial of facing Embermane captures Aries's love of a challenge and the sun's ability to illuminate the path to success.